welcome back to the Singapore Open. With me, Martin, we'll be casting the semi-final match between Alan and Chelsea, two Singaporeans who have made it quite far in this tournament. I believe Alan at this point undefeated as well, so quite strong. Yeah, so shout out to CGF for this event. Although lack of beverage is a bit disappointing. I'm pretty sure in previous events we had Monster, we had Nescafe, but this event I don't think they managed to get the sponsorship. Well,
Wow.
regardless, we are joined. I am Justin, and together with me casting this match will be Martin. So we'll be heading straight into match, it seems. So no time to break down the team.
Really very quick, yeah?
Yeah. I believe these players have actually fought in the Swiss rounds, which explains their speed in choosing the Pokemon here.
Sure.
And well, Alan is using the patented Palosan team that our fellow commentator Matthew has so advocates that is the best team in the format. So
I mean, he actually had very big success at the Melbourne Internationals earlier
Yes,
this
indeed.
year. But I think Alan has adapted slightly, right? I mean, the composition-wise looks like there's some slight changes, like the Lele for probably the Chansey.
Yes, Chansey used to be a safety net in terms of for stalling out the games and winning just by sheer PP or evasion. But yeah, it has been adapted. As we see Smeargle go for the fake out here, stopping Arcanine, and we do see a Z move coming out, I believe, for the Porygon. Question is whether it's the conversion
Or the
or the
Brain
Brain
Blitz.
Blitz. Yeah.
Yes. Something that's probably the previous top 8 set, what Joel has been using.
Yes, indeed. Oh, it's going to be the Breakneck Blitz. So
Slightly on the Fini, probably.
yeah, the Arcanine doesn't really pose much of a threat, especially since it is faked out. So if it goes in the Fini, which it does, it's going to be a very quick KO here. And Alan takes a very quick one Pokemon lead in the first game here.
Very probably I do not know whether Chelsea has expected this, but typically Fini nowadays are definitely not built to survive Breakneck Blitz,
Yeah,
especially for Porygon.
very few things can survive adaptability boosted Breakneck Blitz.
Sure.
So, and Braviary comes in for Chelsea. I'm not sure what she's hoping to accomplish.
I mean, perhaps a one for one trade like the Supersonic Sky Strike is probably able to take something out, but potential Palosan switching.
You have to wonder though. The Smeargle does have follow me, so he can draw that attack and sacrifice perhaps the Smeargle. But as you mentioned, yes, the Water Shuriken into a switch Palosan is active as well. And since Water Shuriken is priority, even if the Supersonic Sky Strike goes off, you're going into a +6 defense Palosan, which I don't think is okay.
Yeah, and ooh,
But Smeargle is the one that switches out to bring in Palosan instead. Okay, and Braviary protects. Not sure from what, perhaps a Hyper Beam or a Spore, and we do see a Flare Blitz come out. Arcanine nowadays running pretty defensive spread, so I don't expect it to do a lot of damage. And
still
Porygon will survive.
quite significant.
Yeah, pretty significant. And we do see a Trick Room coming out from Porygon Z, so really unexpected.
Yes, I think probably Alan expected that the Braviary may have Tailwind,
Yes.
so he wanted to have immediate speed control initiative
Indeed.
by having the Trick Room.
Yes. Logically speaking though, the Tailwind doesn't really accomplish much, because if you look at Alan's team, right, all of them are really slow, so Chelsea already has a speed advantage in that department, but that speed advantage has been reversed as Arcanine's Extreme Speed will pick off the Porygon Z, so at least Chelsea does take out that Pokemon, and Earth Power will come out into the Arcanine here. Unboosted by Weakness Pause, he's still able to take down the Arcanine though. That's a lot of damage.
Well, I mean, probably it has been chipped already. Probably
Oh
because
yeah, prior, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we do see the Supersonic Sky Strike though into an unboosted Palosan though. I have to wonder how much damage this will do.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure too much about the Supersonic Sky Strike calculations.
Yeah, me neither, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it will be also some learning for us as well.
If he does pick up the kill, then I think Alan is in a pretty bad spot,
But
depending on what last Pokemon is.
But typical Braviary adamant nature, right? Oh, he survived!
If that was adamant, right? Oh my god.
If that was adamant, it is something I'm very impressed because
Yeah, that was without a boost.
without boost, yeah, without defense boost even.
And you know what's the beautiful part about this?
Water Shuriken comes in.
Yes.
Yeah, now easily able to 1-hit KO any Braviary or Garchomp is heavily threatened by it now. Yeah, I mean, it can easily redirect all the
Yeah,
boss
the attacks,
as well.
Okay, you can't redirect the Earthquake, but at this point, right, Water Shuriken into Palosan will give a +6 defense. Then you argue, oh, it's not at no HP to be able to withstand the attack. Palosan does have access to show up, so it's able to recover that HP. And we do see a Water Shuriken here.
Let's hope there's no crit either. If not, it will just crit its own
Yeah.
Palosan.
One of the pet peeves for this team is like 5-hit Shuriken. You only need 3, but if you get 5, and if you get a crit in that also,
Yeah, but
do
at
a
least
lot
the
of
water
unnecessary
compaction is
damage.
probably going to somewhat mitigate that. But
And
let's see.
Palos drawing it really closer, and the HP is like so low.
So low. 9, 8, 4, 3, 2. And
That was
the
a
critical hit.
Hit 5 times with a critical hit, and
Oh,
Palos
very sharp.
yeah, recover at least to 50% HP.
Wow. So now it's at plus
6.
Plus
It is a
6.
max. Yes.
Oh, he hit 5 times, right? So,
Yes.
yeah.
See the maximum, and we will see the Brave Bird. Will Palos be able to take 2 hits though? Is the question. Okay, that's 1. Oh, the Life Orb as well. No, sorry.
No,
Brave
it's the
Bird recoil.
recoil.
Yeah, Brave
And the
Bird recoil.
earthquake.
Smeagol should hang on, at least with the sash.
But I'm sure Palosen will even
Yeah.
hang on even more. You see, he's barely doing anything to Palosen.
Oh my.
So now it can probably redirect and then finish off Garchomp. Can up power finish it off? I'm not
Right
sure.
now, the Water Stricken has triggered the weakness policy, so it is +2.
Oh yeah, so option of Shadow Ball as well, even
Yes,
if up power
yeah,
is not
that
so
is
good.
truly.
Yeah.
And in this case, right, you do have to wonder that maybe the Braviary is the bigger threat, because both of the steps, right, from Palosen can't touch Braviary. Braviary
Oh.
normal type immune to Shadow Ball,
Oh.
flying immune to the ground type Earth Power, and we do see Water Stricken come out. Okay,
But it
so-
seems that probably the last member, which was not revealed on Alan's team, could be something that can handle Braviary will only be the Coco. Somewhat?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Torko would also be a good pick, but only if Trick Room is still up. And
Yeah.
it is still available, but the turns are fast running out as Bravery goes for the Tailwind here. And another Earthquake will pick off the Smeagol and do chip the Palosen.
Yeah.
I
I could understand what Chelsea's play on the Tailwind likely is because she has been counting the Trick Room turns. Probably she's Tailwinding on the last turn of Trick Room.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Did I see the message run out? I didn't keep track, but the
Yeah. Well, we will know when the turn comes out as Tapu Koko hits the field here.
Tapu Koko no psych up, right? So
It does, yes.
Yeah. So possible option on Alan's end could be to psych up because now Garchomp is unintimidated. Typical Garchomp earthquakes are invested just nice to kill typical Tapu Kokos, but this Tapu Koko is not the typical Tapu Koko that you see. Yeah, so look at the HP number. It's not something that you normally see, in fact.
Yes.
So
And once again, we have to highlight that these players have fought in Swiss, so Chelsea should be have knowledge of what kind of team this is.
Yes.
As okay, we do see an Earth Power coming out from the Palosen, not going to be enough, and we do see the Coco go for the Psych Up. So I believe Trick Room is still in effect. And actually, if you think about it, Chelsea's Tailwind sort of backfired. It just made her guaranteed that her Pokemon will move last under Trick Room.
Yes.
Because if she didn't Tailwind, perhaps there was a chance maybe Garchomp or Braviary will move before the Coco.
yes, in
Yeah.
fact, probably she didn't keep track of the Trick Room turns. I think she may have Tailwind one turn too early. If I'm not wrong, I believe that this is the turn that actually Trick
Trick
Room
Room
ran
should
out.
expire.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
it.
you called it there.
Yes.
So now she will enjoy boosted speed, although that's not really Alan's concern at this point.
Yeah, easily able to soak up all the attacks. Easy Thunderbolt on the Braviary. Soak Palosen, finishing up the Garchomp with the Earth Power Shadow Ball. Yeah.
Correct. It has to be said that a very easy way out will be a critical hit from Chelsea's side here, which
6.3%. If she's lucky enough. Feels
doesn't
lucky
happen,
enough.
and Brave Bird will go into the Palosen as well.
I thought we would take it out, right? With a
With
plus
a
6
crit
defense.
perhaps, but no, not gonna happen. Palosen will hang on.
Yeah.
And one of the beauties of the Psych Up Coco here is, right, not only do you take the defense boost to laugh off Garchomp's Earthquakes, you do take the special attack boost as well from the weakness
And
policy.
on top to rub salt on Chelsea's wound.
Yeah.
And electric terrain boost.
Yes, correct. I think actually Chelsea had a chance if she had gone down to just Palosen, right? As mentioned, Bravery is totally immune to what Palosen can throw out, and she should be able to win the game from there. But unfortunately, Alan's team is just too bulky with all the stats boosts.
Yes. Probably I think Chelsea's gameplay should revolve around like, I'm not sure in the composition that she's able to deny all the setup tricks, but Smeagol being a very, very strong support to enable the setup to happen.
Yes.
Barring, like Raw or Core or Taunt, the typical anti-setup moves.
Yes.
But I don't see, probably from the composition of Chelsea's
Yeah,
team,
maybe
I
she
don't really
doesn't have
see
the tools.
Yeah.
That's a good observation because the Palosen mode for this team, right, and the Porygon Z conversion for that matter is very heavily reliant on stat boost and is really countered by things like haze, clear smog. So yeah, but the problem with that, right, is I know I'm maybe selling the advantages of this team too much, but it is really very versatile. The Torko mode can come out when you are prepared for the Smeagol, Palosen or the Porygon Z, and that can throw a wrench in your plans as well.
Yeah.
Because Smeagol and Toko might not seem a very good pair, but if you prepare overly for the other modes, right, you might not have the means to take it down. And Smeagol can provide sufficient support with the Follow Me to get off an eruption, which could just decimate the entire team.
Sure,
Yeah.
of course. I mean, in fact, it's also another, like, you know, on its own, in fact, if let's say opponent misplay, setting out Trick Room, easy, you know, firing off easy eruptions, there's nothing that the opponent
Yeah,
can
and
do
as
also.
reviewed in the first game, Porygon Z actually had Trick Room.
Yes.
So Chelsea, in terms of speed advantage, is also not really safe in that department. So
yes.
I kind of, at this point, Chelsea has to try and guess what sort of mode Alan wants to play with, and has to react accordingly.
Yeah.
So
And
it's really difficult to do.
Sure. I mean, the potential, probably the disruptor in Chelsea's team is DjjD, but it's easily stopped by Tapulele because Tapulele Psychic Terrain can prevent fake out.
Yes.
Once the fake out is prevented, Smeagol can do his stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Spore,
Yeah.
White Guard, or all the support moves that probably is able to still, because fake out can somewhat stop Smeagol for one turn maybe, but the how to say, it will enable the partner to do something else.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Togedemaru actually offers good support in terms of encore. If our Alan is too hasty or too greedy with his stat boost, right, could just encore and lock his team down. Okay, we do see Porygon Z actually go for conversion here, so not opting go for Breakneck Blitz, and Chelsea responds in kind with the Calm Mind on the Fini. I believe the fake out went onto the Arcanine. Yeah, there's a bit of chip damage there. So both players opting to set up here. Of course, it is noted that I think Alan's Porygon Z at this moment is a Ghost type. I'm not too sure, but more commonly, I think players running Porygon Z with conversion prefer the electric type, being able to boost from the Tapu Koko's electric terrain.
Sure. But on retrospect, revising the previous turn, I wonder why he didn't have any incentive to
Break that Blitz, right?
Yeah, because I mean, potentially yes, the protect is there, but he can actually opt instead not to break that Blitz the Vini, but get rid of the Arcanine.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that would have been a better play. The conversion, as you see, the Shadow Ball not doing enough damage to the Fini. I don't even think it's a tweak kill, and Fini goes for another Calm Mind.
So it seems that Alan inevitably offered a room of opportunity for Chelsea to come back.
Yeah, and Chelsea grasped onto that room. Grasped onto the opportunity. At this point, right, Shadow Ball I think will just bring it down to its berry range, which is not really what Alan wants.
Oh yeah, the Fini item on Chelsea's Fini is the Wiki Berry. Yeah.
Most Finis with the Calm Mind, I think, opt for that. I think right at the start of the meta, people were running leftovers, but I think they felt that the recovery was too little.
Yeah.
Okay, King Shield here. Interesting.
Perhaps, I mean, he expected that both would target down. Okay, fine. At the attack drop.
Yeah, does catch the extreme speed, so that's nice. That's a -2 attack as Shadow Ball. I believe should go into the Fini again or the Arcanine here. Goes in the Fini, we'll bring it into the red, we'll trigger the berry.
I wonder, I mean, from Alan's stance, right? If he keeps piling out attacks on Fini, he should have actually really break that Blitz on the first turn of retrospect.
Yes, as we see in the first turn, it was enough to just take out the Fini and single hit. Oh, special attack drop as well. So Porygon Z is going to hit even less damage.
So it's +1, -1, neutral, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
It does boost other stats such as speed and defense and special defense, but at this point,
the crucial one, the special attack. Though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So things looking a bit rough. And Fini also, the Calm Mind does give special defense boost, so could be useful depending what Alan has at the back.
Yeah. I mean, I felt that Alan played the second game more passively than necessary, because he could easily repeat game what he did in game 1, and without any potential, repercussions. But now it's really
difficult.
Piling on Chelsea's momentum already. I mean,
Yes.
momentum on Chelsea's side is really
Shadow
piling
Ball
up,
will
yeah.
come out once again as Moonblast will pick off Porygon Z here. So Palosan does come in. Smeagol also will come in. But the problem with Palosan is that while it's boosted with Water Compaction, the defense is awesome. The special defense is one of his glaring weaknesses, and a Fini at +2 should be able to quite easily punish this Palosan.
I see. I mean, even with the does he activate the weakness policy? Yes, right? But
if he survives.
If he survives,
if he survives, of course you get the weakness policy. But, surviving is the problem here.
I mean, potentially he could. I'm not sure if the Coco has Sky Drop. He can easily Sky Drop and try to Earth Power the Arcanine. That could be also one play, but maybe Chelsea will read that. I'm not sure, but I mean, there's no reason for Chelsea to play very passively.
Yeah,
right now.
she should just press the advantage.
Simply Muddy Water.
Muddy Water, huh? Well, depending on what her Fini has, that might be her
But
only
I'm not
water
sure
move. Yeah.
because I'm not sure whether the muddy water at this range can kill out Palo San.
+2, I think.
But the thing is though, it's something that I probably may have forgotten. But the side up Fini, likely
But Palo San doesn't have any boost, so
right
what's
now.
he going to psych up? Oh, yeah, he was probably going to psych up the Fini, but oh, okay, Chelsea says, no, I'm going to withdraw and I'm going to bring in my Garchomp here. Okay, you see a Flare Blitz come
Likely
out.
on the Coco, likely, yeah.
And we actually did see the Thunderbolt also going into the Fini slot, which Garchomp was immune to, so we'll take that quite comfortably.
Sure.
And Earth Power should... No, goes into the Fini slot as well, really wants to take out the Fini. So Garchomp will take that quite comfortably. So now, Coco does not have anything to psych at all, and
right now, boost all removed, but Fini is still safe.
yes.
And I think he hasn't blocked his berry, has he?
It has already eaten its berry.
I see.
Yes. The problem now is that Palo San is really very vulnerable. Doesn't have the defense boost, so a Tectonic Rage from Garchomp should inflict significant amounts of damage.
Yep. I don't think there's any safe switchings. In fact, I mean the Smurgle, what?
1 HP Smurgle.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not really going to front. Bravery will hit the field for Chelsea here. So hoping to catch a Earth Power as well.
maybe the Earthquake, yeah.
Yeah, and Coco should also take a lot of damage from this. Unboosted by defense, yeah, will go down in a single hit.
I mean, if he's at full HP, probably would have survived, but no, there was no way that he could,
Yes,
so
and Palo San goes for the Amnesia here, hoping to sponge out any special hits coming out.
potentially preparing for the Fini Palo San face-off.
Yes.
But I really don't see how is Alan's going to come back from this, because Palo San can't touch Braviary right now, and
Yes.
Smoker has no attacks on his arsenal.
Yes.
To even damage Braviary.
Yes.
From a seemingly quite a good matchup previously, now he has completely turned the tables all around.
Yes. This is going to be a very long game, okay, because if we ever get to the Palo San Braviary in the first place, we have to remember Fini is at the back, and if he has Hydro Pump or if he has Haze, then Palo San's stab boosts are not really going to matter that much. And I think at this point, Alan is just going to try to go for the lone Palo San to just wall out Chelsea here. But like you mentioned, the Braviary is immune to everything that Palo San can throw at it.
Yeah. Oh, but however though, probably the main attack on Braviary is the Brave Bird. Eventually, it can actually
take itself down with recoil.
take itself with recoil regardless.
But we do see Supersonic Sky Strike here, going into the Palo San.
Barring a crit, I don't think it will be able to take it out.
Yes.
Barring a crit.
But very importantly, right, what Chelsea can do here is just keep firing off attacks into the Palo San, force it to use that show up. Don't give it room to breathe, to attack, and to take KOs. And with that, right, I think Palo San should not be able to inflict any damage on Chelsea's side of the team if it is forced to continuously use show up turn after turn.
Sure. Or eventually it runs out, and then
yes,
the other two Pokemon like Garchomp and Fini, and one of them is not revealed yet. Even
yes, Chelsea has not lost any Pokemon here.
Oh
so
yeah, in fact, yes.
So a bit difficult for Alan to recover at this point, seriously speaking.
Yes, unless you want to drag it up to the 50 minutes, but I'm not sure what is in his mind right now.
He is going to play it out.
Probably, yeah.
A bit difficult for him. We do see Earthquake come out. Okay, that's just a bit of damage, and we do see Tailwind as well. I think it's a bit unnecessary, but as you mentioned, probably doesn't want to take Brave Bird recoil.
Yeah.
Which is probably why she's okay. Goes for Amnesia, so really preparing for that Fini matchup in the future.
Yes, I mean, he can easily boost it up to +6 defense, +6 special defense, and then just store it out. Could be long drawn, yes, but I mean, on retrospect, revisiting the whole turn of events from start to end to this situation, Alan really kind of played too
passively
and over predicted some. Like for example, the first turn, right? He could easily repeat game 1, but he didn't. And, and he has come to a situation whereby he needed this kind of end game scenario. But I mean, eventually Sharp is going to run out, and then by the time the 50 timer runs out, sudden death happens. I mean, this is part of the rules.
Yes.
4 Pokemon versus 1, she would definitely have taken game 2 regardless anyway. So I'm not sure how this will pan out.
I guess there is still a slim chance that that Alan will win this game eventually. What she has to do is knock out all the remaining Pokemon, let Bravery get some Brave Bird recoil, and then just show up to ensure that he has the HP advantage. But as you mentioned, is going to be a long shot because Chelsea does have 4 Pokemon and Shop has only so much PP.
Sure.
And okay, not opting to KO any Pokemon yet, goes for another special defense. So now at max defenses for defense and special defense.
But well, I mean, I've not been keeping track of the special attack boost, but the can Palosan easily KO the incoming switches, like for example, because since Fini has lost his special defense boost anyway.
Yes.
So
I think
Shadow
the KO
Bone or Earth Power should be able to take out the remaining 3, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Arcanine will go down to Earth Power. Fini, not only does it no longer have boost, I believe it is less than 50%. So subsequent Earth Power should be able to take it out. The question will be, I think at this point, be going between the actually Garchomp hangs on.
Yes, he hangs on. Yes.
Okay, that's not what Alan wants to be seeing. He has to invest another attack, and that's just a bit more chip damage going onto his Palosan.
I mean, it may not be significant, but but the thing is, Earth Power easily KO one Arcanine. Earth Power also covers the
Fini,
Fini.
yes.
So it's about mainly the discussion about the Bravery and Palosan endgame. So how it turn out, that will be the more of a point of interest eventually, because it's like you draw out such a you had a Pokemon advantage, but Alan recognizes that I can touch 3 of your Pokemon.
Yes. And if he draws down to just the Arcanine and Palosan, at this point, right, I wish Matthew was here to tell us, because in a 1 versus 1 situation with Pokemon at both full HP, I'm not sure how they will calculate. They will calculate based on the percentage of your team.
Yes, based on percentage. So the bulkier team, well, of course we do not know the EVs, but
yes.
it will really come down to that.
Yeah,
so
based on the 4 though, I think Alan might have a slight advantage because Smeargle has really bad HP stat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Granted, the Coco and Porygon Z have invested in HP's HP stat, I assume.
Sure.
But Chelsea's team is also relatively bulky. Arcanine will go for the Protect here.
Yeah.
Just stalling out turns, and Bravery will tail in once again.
Sure.
The thing is, right, if Alan can force out every single PP out of Chelsea's Bravery until it is forced to use Brave Bird, and he will get the win. The question is whether he will be able to do it in time. Yeah.
Yes, because of the 50 minutes in the best of 3 set.
Not only that, if a burn happens here, that's really going to be very unfortunate for Alan.
Let's see. 10% chance. Doesn't get it.
Not going to happen, and we do see another Tailwind will fail, and Earth Power will pick off the Arcanine. Another possibility here is if Fini, on the unlikely chance, has haste, will be able to make the Palosan a lot more vulnerable.
Yeah, but typical compositions like, for example,
the Calm Mindset,
Calm Mindset will not have space to run haste, but we have seen very unorthodox variants like Specs from Chia in the previous MSS. He ran Specs haste, so it's again possible options. I mean, but he will have fully be aware that it's very unlikely that he has haste.
Considering they have fought before.
Yeah.
So this I think their 5th match against each other already.
Yes, inside out, or I mean that he may have considered all this in order to provide this endgame scenario.
I think Fini, if doesn't have haste, should go for a Hail Mary water attack here to try a critical hit the Palosan, ignore the special defense boost and take it out.
Or maybe the accuracy drop.
Okay, Fini goes for Protect here, so stalling out the game.
Maybe burning 1 PP power of a power? Not sure.
Yeah, but that's just more turns that Bravery will be able to
burn out the Tailwind and forced to use Brave Bird, as you mentioned, right?
Yes.
So it's a very, very interesting situation.
I've never thought I see the day where I see a Pokemon that is totally immune to Palosan steps. Usually Palosan, I mean, it doesn't matter what sort of damage you do as long as you inflict damage, because the idea is that you will be able to take less damage and the opponent will take more damage. You will win eventually through a war of attrition.
Sure.
But if your opponent is totally immune to your attacks, then it's not going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, of course, like Amnesia, shot. I mean, he has to conserve his shot very well, because it will be his win condition whereby when it comes to a situation, Chelsea is forced to keep Brave Birding, right? Show up will be very, very pivotal in order to maintain his health, his Pokemon in much more healthier position.
Indeed.
Before time is called.
And I think he will be able to do that.
Yeah, he should be.
I believe Shaw has a total of 16 PP if you PP it.
What about Amnesia? But Amnesia seems to be like in the range of like 20s or 30s.
Yeah, 20 with another 60%. That's
32.
Yeah, 32. So that's a lot of PP you can burn. So Alan's play here is to just show up until it's full HP, and then it'll just be a PP game, PP stalling game.
Yeah.
Both these Pokemon full HP. it's just a matter of time. If time runs out before Braviary is forced to use a recoil move, then it will go into the judge's discretion on based on HP for
Sure.
the entire team.
Sure.
And looking at the HP, right, I think Alan might come out ahead just because that Smeagol has such a poor HP stat.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Granted,
That's right.
granted, it might be offset by the other three.
Sure. And now he's about okay, fine. And
Alan, I think you should just show up one more time to make sure that you're full HP so that
yeah, it eventually comes down to the fact that, like, let's say if it's a full HP versus full HP or full HP with no slight chip, then it will be more prudent for Alan to have to maintain full HP regardless when time is called. So,
and also,
yeah.
I think we failed to mention this, but I don't think Braviary has any moves that can touch Palosan outside of Brave Bird. Because if he had, right, then I think Chelsea will have the game. She just wait until the time is called and then just inflict some damage onto Palosan. And Palosan will be forced, if Palosan didn't show up on that turn, right, then Alan just loses based on HP percentage.
Sure.
But given the way that she's playing, going for Tailwinds, going for, I believe we saw Protect as well, she doesn't have any way to touch the Palosan aside from Brave Bird.
Yes, I mean, probably the more prudent strategy on Alan's part will be to keep track of the timer and then at the very, very last moment, show up just to make sure that he's full HP. And then
I don't know though. I think at this point you just show up, Alan. You just make sure that you're full HP so that you don't run out of time. Did he run out of Palosan? Did he run out of show up PP?
Cannot be, right?
If he didn't PP up, that'll be 10. And I don't think he has. But
that would be quite game changing. But
yes, but I can't think of any other reason of why he's using okay, he does have shot. Okay, Alan, you really scared me there for a moment. Okay, but as we saw, Chelsea's Braviary does have super power, which Palosan is immune to. So yeah, so we've seen the full moveset: Protect, super power, Brave Bird, and Tailwind.
Yes, and with the Z Crystal. So he already burned his Z Crystal. Actually, on retrospect, maybe Chelsea's more prudent strategy, if she was already preparing for this end game, maybe by preserving the Z Crystal would be better, right? Because at the very last moment, simply just go for the attack. But I'm not sure if Alan's Palosan can protect. Can he protect?
Even if it does, right, the damage will still go through. Because the Z move will go through protect. Actually, that's a very good observation. So if she does have an out, if she has the Z Crystal, because if she observes the time, it thinks that at the very last moment goes for the Z move, and if Alan doesn't show up, then she wins.
Yes.
Unfortunately, she has burned the Super Sonic Sky Strike already.
Slightly too early, man. I think, because it was just, I mean, from a third perspective, that I felt that could be a possible good play. I mean, going down to time and things, but I mean, that is one for the learning of the audience as well. This will be potentially some learning points that that other players can take when they face such a situation.
Situationally though, I think most players wouldn't be forced into an encounter to a situation where that has to be their win condition. So they are more they more freely throw out their Z moves.
Fair, that's fair.
Yeah. In Chelsea's case though, you have to wonder, Super Sonic Sky Strike didn't really accomplish much either. Into the +6 defense, Palosan is not able to KO it.
I think at that point in time, the boost was already up, so I would have questioned why. I mean, at that point in time, we probably couldn't predict so far, right? So
yes, correct.
The thing is, but if she already knew that you were not going to accomplish anything like what you mentioned,
she should have saved it.
Yeah, she have saved it for the very end. If she already encountered this kind of bot already from maybe her previous practice sessions with Alan, or
if she had maybe used it in a more meaningful way. If you cast your mind back, maybe when the Finny was going for the attack on the Porygon 2, if she had followed it up with a Supersonic Sky Strike, then she removes Porygon Z and any subsequent damage, maybe her Finny would have been able to stick around a little longer and impacted the game, put more pressure on Alan, not give him the opportunity to set up 3 amnesias to bring his defense to +6, and maybe have a better chance of closing out the game.
Yeah, I mean, by a possibly Pokemon advantage,
yes,
like
correct.
2v1 for example, or 3v1 endgame.
Because you have to consider the Super Sky Strike really didn't accomplish anything.
Yes, exactly. But this will be something that we can talk to Chelsea later on during the interview. But time is running out really fast, and I mean, hopefully the audience won't find this boring. But I mean, it's a very, very interesting kind of bot position whereby again, Alan being very passive, giving Chelsea an opportunity.
Correct.
And and she really played to her outs.
Yeah, the conversion was really lackluster from the Porygon Z.
Sure, yes, and but I mean, if going to the third game lightly, right? So, what do you think? How do you think Chelsea could effectively, maybe we could have discussion on how Chelsea could have more effectively prevented Alan from executing his typical shenanigans.
It's going to be very difficult because if Alan leads, the beauty of the lead for Porygon Z and Smeargle is that if you sense any weakness, right, you just withdraw the Porygon Z, go Palo Sand, you set up the mode. So, as much as I like to say Togedemaru is the call, it is not because it cannot stop Palo Sand.
Neither can he stop Toko as well, right? If Trick Room goes
Yes.
up. So,
but at the same time, though, the Togedemaru does offer a faster fake out than the Smeargle. So I think if you are Chelsea, you go for the combo setter. You go for Smeargle. You try to fake out the Smeargle, make sure it doesn't get off anything, and you try to KO it off right off the bat, which is a bit difficult for her, as we've seen the Smeargle does have King Shield, so Ellen can actually react accordingly as well.
But if he chooses to King Shield though, if he King Shield, let's say if he switches into Palo Sand, if he choose a potential, very weird lead like Braviary and the Togedemaru,
yes.
he could fake out, like, go for the fake out on the Smeargle regardless,
yes.
and then straight away Supersonic Sky Shot any incoming slot. Palo Sand is going to chunk a lot either way, or potential any switch-ins from what do you call that, the Ellen can inflict heavy damage regardless. So that is also
and that will, I think that will be a more
make.
meaningful application for her Z move as well. So quite likely. I think she did well not bringing Celesteela, because Celesteela versus a Palo Sand will eventually chip down Celesteela
using Shadow Ball,
right? Yeah. I mean, you do land the lead in on Palo Sand, so you constantly drain health, but with the +2 special attack, and don't forget Shadow Ball does have a chance to drop your special defense as well.
Yes.
So in a war of attrition, I think Palo Sand should come out ahead.
Palo Sand should still come out on top of Celesteela.
So I think her play is fine. It's just that I don't know, maybe Tectonic Rage will be better instead of Braviary Supersonic Sky Strike. But maybe she doesn't have it.
Maybe in such a typical composition, however, I mean, it really resembles what William Tansley from the UK brought into Worlds this year, earlier in Anaheim. I mean, in August. Something, the typical Braviary Garchomp in team preview would indicate quite commonly that the Garchomp is typically scuffed, and probably that's why he didn't, he wouldn't have an optional Z move on the Garchomp.
Yeah, that is actually true. We have not seen Garchomp switch moves for Chelsea, so it actually makes sense if the Garchomp is scuffed.
Yeah.
The Z move on the Braviary.
So for example, like catching the potential Coco leads and easily Earthquake, getting rid of the Coco, setting up Tailwind, and sweep from there.
And don't forget the beauty of Scarf Garchomp is, that Rock Slide, that 30% chance to flinch.
Looks like in 2018 we are going to see the return of Landorus taking over Garchomp, but yeah, essentially the idea is there.
Yes.
Rock sliding.
I think Landorus is a better Scarf user because you also bring more utility with Intimidate.
Sure, of course. Yeah,
okay.
I mean, we have not been really keeping track of the turns, but
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
At this point, it's just a matter of time whether Chelsea runs out of PP or the time will run out. If Chelsea runs out of PP, then she will lose.
Right? Yeah, she will lose. And then when the 50 time, we not to the 50-minute timer though. So what happens after that? So
I believe this match will into the 50-minute timer. So whatever time is left will go into round 3, and if that expires before the match is concluded, then both players will go into, I believe, sudden death, where the first player that takes a KO will take the win. And at that point, if they go into sudden death, right, it's anybody's game. Because Alan Chia does have Breakneck Blitz on the side of Porygon Z. Chelsea does have Supersonic Sky Strike on Braviary. So it's just a question of whether who can land the first hit. And at that point, right, I think Chelsea might have an advantage because Togedemaru's fake out is faster than Smeargle's fake out. So you can perhaps stop the Smeargle from doing any fake out, and then you Supersonic Sky Strike into Porygon Z. And Braviary should be faster than Porygon Z as well.
Sure. And I feel that if it ever comes down to this later on,
yes,
it will definitely be a very superiorly option for because it covers the follow me. Who cares? You just simply do fake out. Okay, if it follows me, I mean if it fakes out, and then you just simply need to Supersonic Sky Strike the partner, taking out one, and for the win, for the sudden death mechanics to.
Well, looking a bit, looking further but not that far.
Sure.
In game 3, right? After thinking about it, I think Tapu Fini on Chelsea is going to be key for her to triumph over Ellen.
Yeah.
because SC in the Carmine does a lot. Alan doesn't have any physical attackers on the side of
Sure.
his team, so the special defense boost will go a long way, and the water type attacks will be useful against Palosan, and the likes of Coco with its sufficient special defense boost, right? I think she can shrug off the attacks. So how she maneuvers her Tapu Fini will be important if
Sure.
it comes down to game 3 here.
But I mean, judging, probably she would have taken some lessons from game 1. I would think that she would take some precautions not to just easily let the Tapu Fini go
just
down
die.
to the breakneck blitz. I mean, it's an instant loss if it ever goes to sudden
It's
death.
not an instant loss, but it's difficult for it's more
Sure,
difficult
it's
for it
much
to
much
recover.
more difficult to come back because without the things to soak up the potential special, like the very how to say, the special attacks from Alan, right? So and Fini seems like to be the key sponge on
Yes.
on Chelsea's side
And
of the
not
game.
only even after Porygon Z has used his Breakneck Blades, right? If it does, it can no longer really get conversion without the Sense Boost, but it still can pose a big threat with Hyper Beam because adaptability Hyper Beam does so much damage.
Sure, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing, not at least I didn't calculate for all those things, but not many could survive that.
Yeah,
Yes.
there was a Swiss match yesterday.
Sure.
I can't remember who was it between, but there was a Porygon Z, and the player just kept pressing Hyper Beam. It doesn't matter if he recharged the turn, he just kept pressing Hyper Beam and just decimated his opponent's team.
Nice.
Okay,
that's
we do see a Brave Bird come out from Chelsea finally.
finally. I mean, probably she has said, time's up, let's go for damage. And
That's a lot of damage actually. The recoil there, and we do see a Earth Power as well.
okay.
So,
It's a very
will she go for Earth? Okay, in terms of HP damage, right, you notice the Brave Bird does more damage to the Palosan than the recoil she's taking. But the problem is that Palosan has recovery, Braviary does not. No
Yeah.
rules. I could have, but we've seen the 4 moves, so that's going to be a lot of damage.
yeah, sure.
And we do see Shadow Ball come out as well. Alan, please tell me you have short PP, otherwise you might lose to this assault from the Braviary.
So probably he's trying to take out enough damage
Maximize,
to
yeah.
maximize the mileage of the shot, and
A bit risky though if a critical hit happens. Doesn't happen there, but
probably
could happen.
just refresh my knowledge. Typical shot recovers up to 50%.
Yes.
Yeah.
It has an added benefit in Sandstorm. If it's in Sandstorm, you recover 66%.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Not relevant here, but it's still good to know.
Sure, of course. It's always a good learning, even with us as commentating this game.
Yeah.
And
Braviary once
going
again.
for the Brave Bird, I would think it's not so wise because Ella has been conserving his shot very towards this situation, right?
You know, I just had a funny thought.
Yeah.
What if Chelsea ran out of Brave Bird PP? She'll be forced to struggle. It's gonna take even more recoil damage if it comes down to that.
Yeah. I mean, let's not all forget struggle to death, guys. Struggle. So
The your time is at 5 minutes, so still plenty of time for this game to play out, I think. And
but it appears that wait, Taewei has run out so fast.
I
Why
don't
does she
think
keep attacking though? So
you have to wonder at this point she has run out of PP for moves.
lightly, right?
Yes.
Lightly, yeah. So she's
we-
forced to attack, and 2 minutes down on her time, 5 minutes time on Alan's time.
No, you can see her time, 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes, 11. The
Oh
one in
my,
red. Yeah.
oh my, so much pressure on Chelsea here.
Yes.
And if you think about it, right, the PP situation actually goes against Chelsea as well. Because if you think about the moves, Amnesia has like 32, okay, Earth Power, Shadow Ball has about maybe 16,
16,
or
yeah.
16 as well.
Give and take.
Chelsea's has Superpower, which has 5.
5.
So she's
Oh wait,
good.
PP max is 8.
Yeah,
So
there's still nothing compared. That's a single digit. So in terms of PP, right, she runs out of PP faster than Ellen.
sure.
So she might be forced into the struggle even faster.
Yeah, I mean, look at that expression. So she's quite exasperated at the situation right now. But she definitely has to think about in game 3.
Yeah.
What is the game plan to to prevent this situation from coming up?
It
ever
goes
again?
to. I mean, Palosan is just gonna show up again, and then Chelsea is just slowly killing herself with recoil here at this point.
Yeah, I really don't see how Chelsea is gonna potentially come back from this. No way, right? Yeah, no way.
Really, really unlikely at this
Yeah,
point.
very, very unlikely. Barring even a critical, he wouldn't kill it anyway. So yeah.
I wonder. I mean, I'm not really good with damage calculations, but yeah, I think you should be able to hang on even with a critical hit. And yeah.
Plus 6, I'm sure of it. Unless
critical hit ignores the defense boost. You must remember that. So you're just going to go off the base.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just a slip of my mind. And okay, let's see. But 6.25% of a crit.
Unlikely, yes.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the worst fears for this team is Katana, which Leaf Blade has an increased chance to critical hit. So with a 12.5% chance,
Yeah.
more likely to crit and get rid of the Katana,
So-
get rid of the Palosan.
Yeah, so much reminiscence of what Nick Navapas popularized in the Melbourne IC.
I think you were the perpetrator. They were running scope-less Katana with that 25% chance. Oh my!
Yeah.
Brought
I mean,
so much trauma to Matthew, to the founder of this team. I mean, he drew inspiration from, I believe, what was his name? Mark Stetter.
Marcus
Yeah,
Stetter,
Marcus
yes,
Stetter.
that's right. and the scope lens totally threw it off guard.
Yes.
How you wish that, but at least, well, not in Chelsea's team, but
Maybe if the Breviary had a scope lens, maybe 12.5% chance would be enough to kill the Palosan here. But slowly just going to kill itself with
slowly
recon.
whittling down his own health.
Yeah.
I think Alan really played very smart. He knew that how the team works and eventually maneuver his way. Even though this situation may be grindy, but this is with swing condition.
Not,
he fully
not only
acknowledged
that,
it
I
as
think
well.
you have to give him props for not panicking. Oh, that was a critical. And Alan will lose the second game. That's a bit unfortunate. We will be going into game 3.
Oh my god!
We're talking
That
about
was
the-
really?
Yeah, that was
Talking about a
critical.
6.25
Yeah.
and
Crucially ignores defense boost. So
I didn't know that Brave Bird ignoring defense boost does so much.
well,
Well, there you have it.
game 3, ladies and gentlemen, with a very lucky crit by Chelsea Tan to seal to win the game.
That's
That was-
6.25 though. That's 6.25, guys.
You have
Ladies
to
and
admit,
gentlemen.
at that point it was Alan's game. Really,
Yes.
seriously. But I mean, with so many attacks going left, right, and center.
The disappointment though in Alan. I could feel him.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. That was his game, honestly. But importantly, now going to game 3, he has to remain focused and not tilt.
Sure.
Yeah, because that's a very straightforward way to just lose the entire set.
Yeah, of course. And I think for his case, repeating game 1's strategy will be prudent because she'll have this constant fear that, oh yes, I'm going to break net blitz. Then if he protects, he's still going to eat the break net blitz regardless, but he's still going to allow Smugger to do his stuff or having a switch out to positioning better. So repeating game 1's game plan from Alan's end may be prudent. At least from my perspective and understanding of the team, I don't see really any other optimal play unless you. What about you, Justin? What do you think?
For Chelsea, yeah, protecting the Fini will be important. The Carmine, if she can avoid the breaknet blitz KO, right, I think that will be huge.
Yes.
And she does expose Fini once again to the Smeargle and Porygon Z.
Doesn't
Alan.
change up the leads at
Yes,
all.
Alan has no real reason to change up. He has been successful in game 1 with this lead, and well, you can argue successful in game 2 as well. If not for that dastardly critical hit.
Sure, of course. Just like a pseudo scope lens.
Once again, the bane of this team, critical hits.
Sure, of course.
Okay, so now does Chelsea protect against the incoming breaknet blitz here?
There's this constant fear, as we have pointed out earlier.
Yes.
But if he knew that the Tapu Fini will protect, getting rid of the Arcana is also a good option because
Yes.
instantly bringing it out to a 3v4 advantage.
Oh, Fini goes for a protect here.
Yep.
Let's see what.
So let's see.
Okay, we do see fake out into Arcanine here.
I really think that the game 1 plan was in his books, or it could be the conversion.
Conversion wouldn't be too bad, although
Yeah.
considering game 2, well, the Fini did also Carmine in response.
Sure, I mean
so
the
we
full
will
force
see.
Z move definitely is the breaknet blitz,
Breaknet
but
blitz though.
going
Which target does he go into? Yes,
yeah.
is the question.
Fini?
If it's Fini, then a lot of momentum will be lost for Alan, as it will be Fini. A bit unfortunate, but that's still a lot of damage. A
Well,
critical hit.
Either way.
And once again, the threat of Porygon Z is not entirely removed with that Hyper Beam.
Yes,
So
he
easily
will
pick up.
simply follow me, Hyper Beam, sacking the Smuggle in the process, but achieving the elimination of Tapu Fini in the process.
Yes. And considering what switches in, right, Chelsea, I don't think brought Togedemaru or Celesteela based off the other 2 games. So whatever comes in to a Hyper Beam should go down. Either the Bravery or the Garchomp. We'll see Palosan switch out for Smeargle once again. And Fini does switch out here. Okay, what does she? Oh, it is the Bravery.
So let's hope that Alan capitalizes on this. Just simply Hyper Beam that slot, covering for either potential Fini switching. Yes, he does. Hyper Beam going on to the Braviary easily will be wiping it out, essentially eliminating Chelsea's Z move option.
Yeah,
in the
but things
process.
actually not too good for. Okay.
Oh! Look at the whoop from Alan. Look at the whoop.
I was gonna say things were pretty bad because that Chelsea is free to bring in Fini, and with the recharge time from Porygon Z, there's an opportunity for Fini to either punish the Palossand, who has not who's weak in the special side, or just set up Calm Minds to prepare for the Coco matchup. But a Raw comes out, so Chelsea anticipating the Smeargle Water Shuriken into the switch in for Palossand there, but Porygon Z just goes for Hyper Beam and is rewarded with a Raw. Says, I don't need to recharge my move. I'm just going to go back. Tapu Koko, you're coming out. Alright.
Yes, I mean a potential. I mean, I could understand maybe the reason that he raw because he knew that Alan's if I'm not wrong, he has trick room, correct? So possibly
yes,
he try to deny the trick room.
Yes. That's another pretty clever. Yeah. So Arcanine going for extreme speed here. Okay. I think Coco will go down to an Earthquake.
Yeah, because it's a Scarf
Oh
Garchomp,
my
but
god,
it's killing his
Chelsea,
own Arcanine.
Chelsea just Earthquake her own Arcanine. Okay, no respect for dogs.
God.
Oh man, that HP.
Oh, but he survived though.
Yeah, I think we'll trigger the berry at this point.
Sure.
So all is not lost for Chelsea, although Palossand does hang on.
Yeah. But I think Scarf Garchomp typically would not be able to take out the Porygon Z at that range. So okay, I think Arcanine's EP, I mean the Palossand's EP is going to finish off the Arcanine.
Yep.
So you'll be a Fini Garchomp versus PZ. PZ Palossand end game. Actually, well, I think in terms of the position, Alan's board seems good.
Smeargle, okay. I mean, Tapu Fini is special, so unless Palossand amnesias, but it's a bit difficult. Unless he's confident that Palossand can take an Earthquake and a special attack from the Fini.
He should, right?
Well, with Water Shuriken, okay, I guess what he can do here is to fake out the Fini and try to KO it with the Palossand. I'm not sure if he can though without the special defense, without the special attack.
But a simple protect from Tapu Fini can, you see.
You called it,
yeah,
man. All your predictions.
Protect. Yeah.
You're on fire today. And that actually makes sense because you protect against the Garchomp's Earthquake as well.
Yes, exactly. And then chipping Alan's Palossand to red. I'm not sure. Let's see.
Smeargle will
take it quite comfortably. Fine.
Palossand will use amnesia here. That's not something he wants to do because at this HP, Garchomp will just pick it off with a subsequent Earthquake.
Yeah, I mean, not that unless the Smeargle has White Guard.
Unlikely. I think we've seen Fake Out, we've seen Water Shuriken, King Shield as well.
Yeah.
And last slot.
But just refresh my knowledge because follow me. Yeah.
So no White Guard.
Okay.
We do see King Shield, so Smeargle will protect itself.
Sure.
And Earthquake will come out. Oh, I guess you Earthquake your own Fini as well, Chelsea. Although
perhaps preparing for Garchomp endgame, but the thing is
not only that, you bring it down to its berry, I think, at this range.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So things looking up for Chelsea here.
Not so good for Alan, I would say. And similarly, one point he could recover, but actually I think switching in PZ would be better because he could easily threaten, let's say the Fini protects, he could easily threaten the Hyper Beam on the Garchomp.
Garchomp cannot protect because of
exactly
the
of the Scarf. He should be able to take the Earthquake, barring a Hyper Beam miss. Hyper Beam should be able to take out the Garchomp, and then the end game will be actually Fini versus Palossand and the what do you call that? The PZ. Even letting PZ going down, Palossand, Smeargle, Water Shuriken does his thing again. And then he could easily use 2 Pokemon against Tapu Fini.
Yeah, so in this situation, pretty bad for Alan. Smeargle will go down from the Garchomp Earthquake, and if he Hyper Beams, right, he will be locked into recharge. So very, it's a difficult
it looks a
situation.
very dire situation for him. Yeah, that's the reason why I think on retrospect he should have switched in
the Porygon Z
instead
of the Smeargle.
Yeah, because he could exert direct pressure using the Hyper Beam.
King Shield will fail. Tapu Fini will protect here once again.
But I'm not sure whether the Porygon Z will go for the Hyper Beam.
It should.
He should.
If he wants a
no
chance,
reason not to.
he should go for the Garchomp at this point because Garchomp is threatening. Oh, that's a lot of
damage. Lot of damage. Even for probably non-mass attack, but whatever it is, half.
Hyper Beam.
Okay.
Will connect with the Garchomp.
But
so
Chelsea will finish it up later on. Yeah. With the Muddy Water.
Yeah, Muddy Water single target I think will be enough to pick up the kill. But if she wants to be safe, a Moonblast I think will be enough.
Sure, of course.
What
a change of events because I mean of course barring the creep on the game 2 we should ignore it.
Recharge and we do see a Moonblast. So if this takes out Porygon Z, then Chelsea will be the winner of this set.
For the finals.
As it will. Yeah, and Alan unfortunately goes down to Chelsea. You have to wonder if maybe the Porygon Z had come in earlier.
Yes, and that's the reason why I advocated that the fact that because we knew that the Porygon Z would be able to survive the Earthquake either way. So creating a 2v1 situation with the Smeargle and Palossand
Yes.
She will have to keep calm minding, and eventually she's not going to probably win the attrition war against Palo San and
Yeah, and
Smurgle.
if you have more Pokemon, you kind of you reduce the damage from the Tapu Fini's Muddy Water as well. So
Yeah.
oof, a bit unfortunate there, especially from game 2.
For the game 2 though, I felt it was a game changer.
Honestly, I think game 2 was a factor because
Sure.
with that loss, right, it does affect the players'
Mentality.
yes,
Yeah.
how they might not be thinking straight for game 3, especially
Sure.
with such a game in the bag. Then with a roll of the dice, things change.
Yeah.
So
It's really very unfortunate for Alan, but I
Mm.
think he played to his outs, especially in game 3, and he repeated game 1's plan. But knowing the caliber of Chelsea's, I mean, for her of a player of her caliber, she will be definitely not wanting to repeat the situation of game 1 again.
oh, to Chelsea's credit though, I think her game 3 play was pretty clever. I mean, most players are not crazy enough to think about earthquaking their own Arcanine or earthquaking their own Tapu Fini. But in this case, right, there was a method to a madness because that just triggered the berry and quite crucially recovers Fini and Arcanine.
Yes.
So makes it a bit more difficult for Alan to get advantage in terms of trading
Sure.
Pokemon.
Yes, I mean, in fact, I think she's very well aware of her damage calculations. Earthquaking her own Fini in order to trigger, like what you mentioned.
Can you imagine
the
if she
berry.
crit her own Arcanine and just killed her own Arcanine before the berry triggered? Imagine if that
Well,
happened.
that can happen,
Yes.
but it could have been a total game changer, just like what happened in game 2. But well, either way though, I mean, we should both agree that the Porygon Z coming in earlier to exert pressure was the play. I think
Game 3
on
definitely
retrospect,
that would be better.
that could have been better, at least to give a fighting chance for Ellen, I would say. Yeah.
Mm.
So
I'm not sure though. Okay, I was thinking of maybe faking out the Garchomp, but
sure.
that would break the sash on the Smeargle with the rough skin, so not really ideal. Yeah, I think Smeargle wasn't the play to switch in when his Pokemon went down. Instead, Porygon Z.
Because Palo San was not able to either way KO any either Fini or Garchomp anyway.
Yeah,
So
no boost on the Palosan. Palosan
Yeah.
really a lackluster Pokemon
at
if
that
you
point
without
in
the
time,
boost.
yes, at that point in time, perhaps that he wanted to exert the typical water stricken attack. That's why he probably forgot about it. That in terms of the board position, Porygon Z would have improved it much more because of the hyper beam pressure.
Mm.
So but nonetheless, I think either way, the first at the first turn of game 3, repeating game 1 mannerism, like straight away hyper beaming,
Or bring that
wasn't
blitzing.
too bad, I would
Yes.
say, because it is still damage. Damage is still damage nonetheless. I felt that was more about that play was optimized. I feel that it was good.
Yeah,
still.
if Chelsea didn't protect, then she would have been heavily punished.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Although you could argue maybe reversing things a bit, maybe faking out the Fini and then bring that blitzing into the Arcanine.
But
could
with
have been the plan.
Arcanine been very pivotal in the matchup either way, so yeah.
Mm,
Fini was the one that is
yes.
heavily threatening the at least a lot of his Pokemon in a sense. But he prioritized Fini.
Mm.
He took game 1 convincingly in that fashion, but not so for game 3.
Yeah. Game 2 is just.
Game 2 is very, very
I don't want to
heart-wrenching
talk about
watch,
game 2. I don't want to talk about game 2.
I feel for you, Alan. I feel for you.
We all feel for you. But
Yes, we all feel for
with
you.
that, Chelsea will win the semi-finals. We'll be moving on to the finals. I believe we'll be going to an interview. Yeah, we will be going to an interview with the winner for Chelsea. So stay tuned.
So stay tuned.
Welcome back to the Singapore Open, where we are here with the conclusion of that epic series of matches. The winner who came out ahead, Chelsea Tan. So Chelsea, how do you feel after that match?
I'm just like, What just happened?
So talking about the series of matches, right? You played Alan before on the Swiss rounds actually. So
Yeah.
what did you think was your game plan against Alan that will be the most efficient?
Basically, I had to like predict the turn one if he would go for the conversion or the breakneck blitz. Yeah, and from there work my way through the game.
Were you? I think at one point the Porygon Z also revealed Trick Room. At that point, were you caught off guard?
Not really, cause okay, I was caught off guard, but I knew he had trick room, so yeah.
Oh, okay. So aside from that series of matches, right? What were your other outs to perhaps getting rid of the Palosan? I saw you had Raw on the Arcanine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were there any other perhaps other tricks you had that could have handled the Palosan mode?
Nope.
So
Yeah.
just
So
solely the Arcanine, was it?
so yeah. I mean, like I was like, yeah. So basically, if if there's like nothing else to do, I'll just like try to stall out Pelusan with my Bravery, cause Pelusan can't touch Bravery.
Yes, as we've discussed endlessly with Melvin, the dual immunities. Also, I'm a bit surprised you didn't bring Togedemaru, given that it is your mascot. So maybe Togedemaru wasn't that. And given that Togedemaru does have good support options also, so why didn't you choose to bring it for that series of matches?
I brought it against him during the Swiss rounds, and I find it quite useless.
Oh, so it wasn't effective.
Yeah, it wasn't that effective.
Okay, so well, good adjustment to that series of matches. With a bit of luck, managed to pull through against Alan, bringing it to a game 3 and be able to close it decisively with a very crazy earthquake plays into your own Pokemon, which worked out.
Well, I have to thank Isaac for his bravery.
Sure. Okay. With that, we'll be moving on to the other semi-final match shortly. So stay tuned here at the Singapore Open at CGF.